right, good evening. Good afternoon. All right, good evening. Good afternoon. All right, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever state, whatever city, whatever country that you are listening to me from. My name is Shofu Babalola to followers SB for short, and you are now listening to your number one online radio station, the light you need on Insight Radio. All right. You know how we do it right here. The first and foremost, right? The major thing is to first introduce you to what exactly is going on in the pest control industry. What exactly is PestXperience Show all about? All right. The PestXperience Show is basically that particular show that talks about every single thing that has to do with pest and pest control. And you know how we do it right here, right now. You know, it's not just in the states, it's just not in the city, it's just not in the country. It is all over the country, all over the states, all over the city. You know, it's that show that cut across different states, across different cities, across different country. It is the pest control show that talks about everything about pest control regulatory methods, everything about the techniques, the control strategies, the methods, the regulatory methods, and the standards. Right? It's the PestXperience Show. You know, if you even hear that name alone itself, it's PestXperience. Like, it talks about people who are well known. They have this experience in the industry. You know, as usual, before we start the show, if we are going to bring up a guest, we usually, talk about the guest everywhere. All our platforms, you definitely, hear about the next guest that is coming on the show, on the PestXperience Show. And as you have seen, or probably even noticed or heard about, or somebody told you, your friend invited you, or something somehow, right? Where we're supposed to have a guest tonight, right? In person of PCO, Mr. Amos Egbedi, the managing director of GC Cleaning Services Limited, and also, the current financial secretary to the Pest Control Association of Nigeria, and also is also the current committee chairman for PECAN World Mosquito Day 2024. In fact, it's really, really amazing. I was hoping, to also hear a whole lot of things from him. But unfortunately, there's a time clash with some other events that he has on the schedule. So he might not be able to join us live. But the thing is that, no, he's still with us. So don't yet go off, right? So he's still with us, right? So he has a message for every single person out there. I'm going to play the message. I'm going to send you all his message and his feedback and all those things to you guys before the programs runs out. And tonight is going to be in commemoration of the World Mosquito Day that is going to be happening on August 20th. That's like 2 days now, or maybe just 24 hours, or next 24 hours, right? So as usual on Insight Radio, we usually stream the PestXperience Show, but we're not streaming the show tonight. We're just hearing the show on insightradio.net alone. We're not doing any video streaming and all those, like, so it's just going to be hairy. Just hear me, just hear my voice. It's been a while. I perfectly kind of like focus on my voice. I really love my self, like kind of like talking to the mic and just gisting and just sharing my insights about pest control aspects, alone. So I really kind of like love it. I missed it, let me say that, because I love my sessions with my guests. So for people who are actually tuned in right now, do me a favor, go to the chat box, sign in with your name, and let us know where exactly you are listening from, because they're amazing gifts tonight. They're amazing gifts. In fact, I still know some of my Odogu listeners that want to even sponsor tonight's program. Like, they want to share this money, they want to share the money of pest control. So if you want to sponsor this tonight's giveaways, airtime, all those things, so you can actually send me a DM. Just send me a direct message on any of my numbers, or just send a message on 090-178-27767. Like I said, it's going to be interactive. It's going to be a session where we have to call in. Our phone lines are ready. You can call us on WhatsApp call. You can also call us on normal call. 090-178-27767. It's going to be a night of giveaways, question and answer sessions, and all like that. But before we start tonight's program, I want us to listen to a brief information about how exactly this World Mosquito Day started. My first question would actually be coming out from this particular voiceover, or let me say this particular update. So I want you to pay attention, listen to it every single time, listen to it very well, because there are questions that will be coming out from this first thing I'm dropping, this first voiceover that I made. I'm going to there's a question there, so take notes. Like, get a pen and get a paper, because most of the things I'm going to be talking about, I'll be asking them as questions, so for you to win them. So let me now tell you the gifts, because if you don't know why, you're literally going to be misusing the opportunity. First, okay, so I got a message. Okay, don't worry. Maybe you want to sponsor like that. I beg. Okay, so we have, first and foremost, Amobile is giving free temperate insecticide. You know how much is temperate now? Temperate is over like 80k or so. I really don't know the price, but it's gold now. So it's giving out insecticide for free, number one. And there's also some training courses that will be given out to some people for free from Amobile Group Academy. And you know that this program is actually proudly sponsored by the Amobile Group and also Pestshop.ng. So there'll still be also amazing gift from Pestshop. And lastly, there's also airtime giveaway. Like, I'm going to be spending my bedbug money tonight. So my odogus are listening. Just I got your back. Just tell me I got your back, bro. But don't worry, we're going to be spending some airtime money tonight. So people are going to win airtime. So we're going to win gifts, kit items, and giveaways and whatnot. So please just stay tuned. I would just stay tuned to this latest information about the World Mosquito Day rather. So a lot of people have been talking about the World Mosquito Day. What exactly is World Mosquito Day? Just listen to this update from SB. I actually took my time to scrutinize, do my research and all stuff like that. So just listen, and when you listen, like I said, my questions are coming out from this particular voiceover. I wish you all the best.
On August 20, 1897, British Dr. Sir Ronald Ross made a groundbreaking discovery where he identified the malaria parasite in the stomach of a female Anopheles mosquito. This crucial finding provided the first evidence that mosquitoes transmit malaria between humans. To honor this historic moment, World Mosquito Day was established. Each year, World Mosquito Day highlights the serious threats posed by mosquito-borne diseases and the ongoing efforts to combat this dangerous pest. More than 125 years later, mosquito-borne diseases continue to have a devastating impact. They claim over 1 million lives annually and affect up to 700 million people each year, nearly 1 in 10 people worldwide, according to worldmosquitoprogram.org. In 2024, we are facing the highest number of dengue cases on record, with over 11 million reported across 80 countries. Dengue, the fastest spreading mosquito-borne disease, shows no signs of slowing, especially in the Americas, which bear the brunt of global cases. By the end of July, there were already more than 24,000 severe cases and over 6,500 deaths. Chikungunya has also seen a rise, with the cases exceeding 350,000, while nearly 7,000 Zika cases were reported in Europe by the end of May. In Africa, malaria remains a significant public health challenge. In 2022, the World Health Organization African region accounted for approximately 94% of all malaria cases and 95% of malaria deaths globally. Countries like Nigeria, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, and Mozambique bear the highest burden, with Nigeria alone accounting for nearly 27% of global malaria deaths. To combat this threat, it's important to take note of these few essential tips to control mosquito populations and protect yourself from mosquito-borne diseases. 1. Eliminate standing water. Remove or regularly empty containers that can hold water, such as flower pots, hose tires, and gutters, as they are breeding grounds for mosquitoes. 2. Install screens. Use window and door screens to keep mosquitoes out of your home. 3. Wear long sleeve shirts and long pants when outdoors, especially during dusk and dawn when mosquitoes are most active. And 4. Invite a pest control operator regularly to inspect your facility and carry out a pest control treatment when needed. As climate change, globalization, and urbanization speed up the spread of these diseases, it is more important than ever to stay informed and take action. That is why Insight Radio is at the forefront of this effort, providing essential information and global education through our PestXperience Show and health and safety programs. We are dedicated to educating homeowners, regulatory bodies, and professionals worldwide to combat mosquito-borne diseases and protect our communities. Join us in this crucial fight. Stay informed, take action, and help us make a difference on World Mosquito Day and every day. This information is brought to you by Insight Radio and proudly sponsored by SB Fumigation Services.
All right. Welcome back from that update. First, you just listen to my voice, so it might not sound different. But I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the voice was cool enough for you to, perceive it. So if you are right now on the show, just go straight down to the chat box. Sign in with your name. I've seen Rajendra Patel. That's Rajel. That's from US. Okay, that's an amazing one, my nigga. Thank you very much for joining. I think it's a member from the PestXperience community. So if you are not also on the PestXperience community, please you need to be also on the PestXperience community. There are a lot of experts across the world on that platform that can get you well informed. All right. So if you have listened to that particular voiceover that I just played right now, that was a little introduction and a documentary that were meant to release on the World Mosquito Day exactly. So first, my first question tonight, for those who have listened to this particular listen, that first question with amazing gifts. The first gift I want to even give out. The first gift I want to give out, that's template. That template is gold. And if you are really taking your time to kind of like listen to this first. Okay, so my first question is, first, who discovered mosquito, number one? And when was World Mosquito Day announced? My first question is, when was World Mosquito Day announced or established? Then who discovered mosquito? Right? So you can drop your answer on 090, you can call in on the show, 090 178 27767 090 27767. That's the phone lines to call in directly on the show. Or you can call us on WhatsApp if you don't have airtime. We're also rolling out airtime giveaways tonight. Sharp. Airtime giveaways. Okay. So you can call on WhatsApp or you call on normal call. You can call a normal call on 090 178 27767. That's the phone lines to call in into the show tonight. Or you can send a WhatsApp message on that same line. Or you can use the chat box directly on insightradio.net. Using the chat box to start. That's my first question for tonight. First question. So let's see who is going to be the lucky winner. But while we are going, talking about exactly what is a World Mosquito Day, it's important that we also talk about mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are one of the most deadliest insects in the world with a spectacular feature in them. What exactly is mosquito all about? What exactly is the threats that are involved in mosquito control? There are a couple of pest control experts that literally don't even go for mosquito control. I know of one. If I don't know so much, I know of Elder Michael Shomoye. That's Baba Shomoye. With all due respect, sir, he's always saying this thing that he don't go out for mosquito control jobs. 100%. He doesn't go out for mosquito control jobs. And he stated the reason why. When I brought him on the show, he said the very, very, very good, in fact, a really amazing reason. And he said, all right, amazing. Aminat Ogundiran, welcome to the PestXperience Show. I hope you're listening. I hope you're enjoying. I hope you're going to be learning. Definitely going to have some fun tonight. Tonight, we don't have a guest, so it's me and you tonight. We are both definitely going to be learning, unlearning, and relearning tonight on the show. So, let us know where you're joining on from. Let us know where you are joining from, the name of your brand, if you're a pest control brand, if you have a pest control cleaning service brand. Let me give you a quick shout out on that. So, as I'm saying, I know Papa Shomu does not even go out for mosquito control. And the reason is this. You see, you can't control where exactly the problem is not being removed. Or let me say the source is not totally eradicated. Right? Take for instance, you have... Also, this is going to be a part of my question though, but I'm going to ask that question to the end. There are different type of habitats where mosquitoes kind of like breed. There are 3 different habitats. 3 different aquatic habitats where mosquitoes breed. If you don't know, number 1 is the permanent water. No, people will wonder like, what's permanent water? Then we have flood water. Then we have containers. You see, when you talk about permanent water source or aquatic habitats for mosquitoes, the permanent water is where exactly these people breed from, where the water is like stagnant. Then you talk about ponds, we talk about the swimming pools. Those are permanent water sites where they breed, where the larvae move to the pupa and all those kind of things, where the eggs been hatched, the permanent water source. Right? So we also have the flood water. Flood water involves like it's still a little bit dry, but moist environments, just the moist environments where the eggs can still grow. That's the flood water aquatic habitat. You also have containers. Containers is like the natural source where exactly these things breed, that is created by man. Like the flower pots, those are containers. So those are the 3 major types of the aquatic habitats where mosquitoes breed. Right? So my first question for those who are just joining on the show tonight, my first question is, who discovered mosquito and when was World Mosquito Day established? The first question is, who discovered mosquito? And the phone lines to call in on the show is 090-178-27767, or you send us a WhatsApp message, or you can even do a WhatsApp call on that question, right? Do a WhatsApp call on 090-178-27767. So those are 3 major habitats where mosquitoes breed. Okay? But now, there are different species of mosquitoes. It doesn't concern us when we are going to deal with mosquito. We just go with what type of pesticides do we want to apply to get rid of these mosquitoes. But we've discovered that at this age and time, there is the use. As our last week, we talked about the fact that we want to go into pesticide-free service. Now, in the course of us going into pesticide-free service, it's important that we also look at how can we solve this problem without the use of pesticides. Is it possible to control mosquitoes without the use of pesticides? I think that's also be another question, a proper discussion between all of us. Now, I would put out these questions because we are all professionals. Let's critically look at it. You can use the chat box. You can use the phone lines, like I said. You can use the WhatsApp call, like I said, option. Or you can even go to the community, the PestXperience community, and drop in this. Let's look at it. Is it possible to carry out a pesticide-free service for mosquito control? Because the topic of tonight is actually targeted towards a pathway forward. What exactly are we looking at? How can we beat resistance? I mean, we need to actually like critically and look at these things together. How can we beat resistance? The egg of a female Anopheles mosquito takes just 2 days to hatch, and there are 4 stages that's the four life cycle stage for mosquitoes: the egg, the larva, the pupa, and the adult. And in every stage that they move between the larva stage and all, they go through different instars. And within short period of time, they are already turning into adults. So that's why we have a lot of breeds of them. How do we beat them away from the larva stage, from the egg stage, from the pupa stage to the adult stage? How do we beat them? We need to critically analyze these things. We need to critically look at it. So you can use the chat box, use the comment section, the chat box on the site at insightradio.net. We use our WhatsApp button. Let's talk about it. Let's look at it. Like I said, my first question tonight is, who discovered the World Mosquito Day? The World Mosquitoes rather. And when was the World Mosquito Day established? What year was it established? Simple questions. Good gift tonight. Good gift. All right. So those are the major things. So let's quickly go on a quick short break, and I'll be back right now. So when I'm back, I'm going to talk about the message that we have from our guest tonight.
On August 20, 1897, British doctor Sir Ronald Ross made a groundbreaking discovery where he identified the malaria parasite in the stomach of a female Anopheles mosquito. This crucial finding provided the first evidence that mosquitoes transmit malaria between humans. To honor this historic moment, World Mosquito Day was established. Each year, World Mosquito Day highlights the serious threats posed by mosquito-borne diseases and the ongoing efforts to combat this dangerous pest. More than 125 years later, mosquito-borne diseases continue to have a devastating impact. They claim over 1 million lives annually and affect up to 700 million people each year, nearly 1 in 10 people worldwide, according to worldmosquitoprogram.org. In 2024, we are facing the highest number of dengue cases on record, with over 11 million reported across 80 countries. Dengue, the fastest spreading mosquito-borne disease, shows no signs of slowing, especially in the Americas, which bear the brunt of global cases. By the end of July, there were already more than 24,000 severe cases and over 6,500 deaths. Chikungunya has also seen a rise, with the cases exceeding 350,000, while nearly 7,000 Zika cases were reported in Europe by the end of May. In Africa, malaria remains a significant public health challenge. In 2022, the World Health Organization African region accounted for approximately 94% of all malaria cases and 95% of malaria deaths globally. Countries like Nigeria, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, and Mozambique bear the highest burden, with Nigeria alone accounting for nearly 27% of global malaria deaths. To combat this threat, it is important to take note of these few essential tips to control mosquito populations and protect yourself from mosquito-borne diseases. 1. Eliminate standing water. Remove or regularly empty containers that can hold water, such as flower pots, hose tires, and gutters, as they are breeding grounds for mosquitoes. 2. Install screens. Use window and door screens to keep mosquitoes out of your home. 3. Wear long sleeve shirts and long pants when outdoors, especially during dusk and dawn when mosquitoes are most active. And 4. Invite a pest control operator regularly to inspect your facility and carry out a pest control treatment when needed. As climate change, globalization, and urbanization speed up the spread of these diseases, it is more important than ever to stay informed and take action. That is why Insight Radio is at the forefront of this effort, providing essential information and global education through our PestXperience Show and health and safety programs. We are dedicated to educating homeowners, regulatory bodies, and professionals worldwide to combat mosquito-borne diseases and protect our communities. Join us in this crucial fight. Stay informed, take action, and help us make a difference on World Mosquito Day and every day. This information is brought to you by Insight Radio and proudly sponsored by SB Fumigation Services.
All right, welcome back from that quick short break. Okay, so now I'm gonna drop the message that I have from our guest for tonight. That's in person of PCO Amos Egbedi. Fortunately, he couldn't meet up on the show tonight, but he has a message for every single person out there. So we are going to pass his message across to every single person, and this message is targeted towards the upcoming event from PECAN, which is the Pest Control Association of Nigeria, in commemoration of the World Mosquito Day 2024. So I would just play his message, then after his message I would address this a little bit. All right.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whatever part of the world you are listening in from. My name is Amos Egbedi, Managing Director, GC Cleaning Services Limited. I'm also the National Financial Secretary of the Pest Consortium of Nigeria and the Planning Committee Chairman for World Mosquito Day 2024. Wow, I'm excited. Pest Consortium of Nigeria, PECAN, has put together a special program, wow, to commemorate this year World Mosquito Day 2024 as a custom to mark the event. Wow. They accelerating the fight against malaria for more equitable world. There is a press conference and lecture to sensitize the public of the best approach in combating the infestation of mosquitoes and effective way of mosquito control in our environment. Remember, it is the 28th of August 2024. See you there. Thank you all for listening and God bless you.
All right. So the voice you just heard is from the financial secretary and also the current chairman of the Pest Controls, World Mosquito Day Planning Committee. Oh my God, all this committee things like I don't mix it up and say he's the chairman. You get what I'm saying? But he's actually the chairman, the committee chairman for the World Mosquito Day 2024, and also the financial secretary for PECAN. PECAN stands for the Pest Control Association of Nigeria. So for our international listeners and other listeners across the world who are actually listening to the program now, the Pest Control Association of Nigeria is called PECAN. The short form is PECAN. So before I went on a quick break, for those who are just joining, the first question for tonight is 1. Who discovered mosquito? And 2 is what year was World Mosquito Day established? I think I've actually even dropped out some punchlines, so I should be receiving bang calls like this. You guys don't want to win gifts. Hey, oh my God, you don't know the gifts that are at stake like this. Okay, all right. The theme of this year's World Mosquito Day is targeted towards accelerating the control of mosquito. I mean, I looked at the theme and I was like, if we are going to set up a team in fact, the first word that says accelerating, it means that you kind of speed up what is existing. I looked at Africa because you see, when we look at, first and foremost, when we critically analyze this mosquito issue, there are countries that are actually free from mosquito, that they are not really infested. In fact, they are not infested at all with mosquito. They've controlled it, right? Then what exactly is going on with Africa? But Africa is actually still that same that continent where we are still a little bit, let me not say back, still at the, let me hit it on the head, right? We're still very far, let me place it that way, in terms of the control methods. Then the theme is to accelerate, right? Okay, fine. If we kind of even accelerate our process and how we operate our things here, what exactly is the standing procedures that is on ground to be able to speed up? Right? So as pest control operators, homeowners, facility managers, there are a lot of things to actually put into consideration here. And we need to actually have a roundtable discussion. And I'm super excited that PECAN is having a press conference to first address this and look forward into possible solutions. So the team is accelerating the fight against malaria for equitable world. Now, the team has two meaning. In fact, number one meaning for me is first speeding up the fight against malaria, and 2 is to ensure that the whole world is free from mosquito. First, there is a program by the World Mosquito Program.org where they kind of introduce a particular species. Is it wash clobash? I can't even pronounce it. It's a very wash labash, something like that. But you can check it online from World Mosquito Program.org. There's a program like that. They are working on assessing different species to be able to combat the female Anopheles and the Egyptia species of mosquito. We have about 5 most common species: the Anopheles, the Egyptia, the yellow fever mosquito, and stuff like that. Different type of species of them. Okay, so they are bringing new species to control them, to beat them. Other countries are totally free from this, but Africa, what are we doing? What's the process like? What are we introducing to the system? How are we increasing what we have? What exactly is that thing that we have? And now other countries are looking at pesticides-free service, whereas we are still back then called exterminators. I think this is a need for us to even look at the world of entomology and understand the aspects, the biology of this insect. Now, if you're going to be dealing with pests and ensuring that we don't apply pesticides, then most of us pest control operators need to start looking into the world of entomology, urban entomology. We need to start looking at entomology and trying to understand that, okay, we need to understand the life cycle of this pest. We need to understand how can we beat them. Where do they stay? Now, I have some few points to make where and what attracts mosquitoes. Because the major punchline here tonight is actually mosquitoes. Where are they staying? How are they coming out from? Where are they breeding? What's their source? There's a mantra that I use. I treat from the source. If I don't know the source, then there's nothing I want to control. And that should be the mantra for every single person. Last week we had PCO Alexander Smith from the US, where he talked about pesticide-free service. And he made mention of 2 points. Immediately, I changed my mantra straight up. I changed every single thing. I said, you know what, guys? I told my technicians, you know what, guys? Our 2 keywords right now is inspection and communication. He made mention of those 2 words, inspecting the facility and communicating the treatment process to your client, letting the client to also tell you where they are seeing the pest from. It makes the work much more easier. Now to the fight of mosquito control. We are moving towards the pesticides-free service. How can we control mosquitoes without the application of pesticides? There is larvicides. Yeah, there are adulticides. Good. To control the larva stage, fine. But how do we introduce pesticides-free service to this and still control mosquito? It's in fact for Africa. I mean, for other countries, it's actually still possible, right? But for Africa, it's a very, very debatable one, right? And I'm going to open the phone lines also. If you think there is a possible solution or a possible way out to solving mosquito without the application of pesticides, because now the process is accelerating. How do we want to speed up what we have without the use of pesticides to beat resistance, to ensure that this particular species are not resistant to over the insecticides or the pesticides are going to be applying? What do we need to do? Right? Now, what really even attracts the mosquitoes to us at the first instance? Now, mosquitoes like damp and humid environment. They love dark, shady areas. They love carbon dioxide that we breathe. Those are things that attracts them, right? They love a stagnant water. They love warm temperature. Now, in the case of using pesticide-free service to control mosquitoes like this, then we need to turn all these things, turn it upside down, turn it against them. So if you go to a facility now that is badly infested with mosquitoes, I'm going to, this is PestXperience Show, I'm going to talk about my experience. There was a facility that invited me to carry out a pest control treatment for them, whereas they actually have a recycling plant where they recycle tires, right? And on getting to the site, when I inspected your place, I discovered that, in fact, right on the spot, mosquitoes were already biting me. But do you know that this particular facility is actually surrounded by a lot of houses at the back? So the community people, they've called meetings upon meetings on top of this facility. Now, in fact, they got to a point they have to even report to the environmental environmental guys, so they can go to that facility and inform them that they need to actually carry out something. Now, on getting to that site, I discovered something. This is a waste recycling plant, a tire recycling plant, right? How then do these people problem-solving facility become another problem entirely? Now, they missed out something. When you are going to be recycling a tire plant, or you want to create a recycling plant for tires, to recycle tires, do you know that tires are actually a major source of mosquito? Because moment that rain start falling around that, in fact, it was during the raining season, so the whole tires were really, really soaked with water, and they just stacked them on top of each other. They just stacked them on top of themselves. So they were really breeding larvas, the eggs inside the tires. They were really breeding a whole lot of them there, and they were still there. And they called me to carry out the treatment. Now, this is where this is where why I actually even love so much what Mr. Alexander said last week. Inspection and communication. When I got there, I inspected the facility. I discovered that if I treat today, you will still see mosquito tomorrow. Not because of the pesticides is not effective. And I use strictly integrated pest management strategies and also public health. Strictly public health pesticides. It doesn't mean that the pesticides is not effective. What is missing there is the fact that these people are not doing their due diligence. What I mean by due diligence is the fact that, fine, the tires were meant to be punched upon entry before stacking. So if you have similar cases, these are things that we learn from each other. It's pest experience. So my experience is going to help you. Your experience is going to help me, right? So the tires are stacked to each other. First thing first, ensure that as you are bringing the tires in, you punch them. Immediately, the facility man was like, we don't have equipment for that. I was like, I don't think I want to do this one. Because no matter the amount you give me today, you will still see mosquitoes. Definitely. You will still see them. Because first, it's an open field, open space. Fine, I can fog the whole place and the old smoke is going. In fact, in that moment, drift will occur. And if you don't know what drift is when you are fogging. Drift happens when you are even fogging the more, or when you are even spraying your insecticides, depending on the machine that you are using, and the spray is going into a different direction to the wind. If drift should occur, the wind will take it away, blow it into another set of location in that same facility. Then what else? How then do we control what exactly is under? What about the tires that are underneath? How do we control that? So you see where communication comes into the whole situation. I had to tell them you have to punch the tires. You have to also cover these things with a tarpaulin so that water is not storing inside the tires. Two options is either you punch those tires or you introduce a tarpaulin that would cover every single so that water is not storing inside of it. And they rejected. Immediately I ejected straight. 100%. It pained me because lots of clients, but when the client is not willing to learn. These are part of the issues that we have in the pest control industry. Most times it's not about the amounts that they want to pay you, it's your integrity that you are putting at stake. 100%. Because they feel like I've paid you for the job, I want the mosquito out. The tech in, pest out mentality. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. Sometimes you need to communicate. You need to understand. Now, what are the control strategies that are involved in controlling mosquitoes? I've mentioned one, larviciding, ensuring that the larvas are killed before they move into the next stage. You leave their life cycle against them. The eggs, the pupa, the larva, the adults. Each stage, they are different. Now, there is what they call the breeding site and the feeding site. Take note of this. The breeding site and the feeding site. Get your jotters. Now, when you are talking about mosquito control, the feeding site of each type of mosquito is totally different from each other. Extremely different. Now, I'm going to say this. The male mosquito feeds on the nectar of plants, right? Everybody knows that. The female mosquitoes also feed on the nectars of plants. But what did they use that thing to do? They used the feed from the nectar to help them as a source, as an energy source, a sugar. They obtain sugar from it, and it's an energy source for them for flying. That's why the female Anopheles mosquito can fly up to about 500 feet. About 500 feet. It can fly as high as that, right? But the amazing thing is this: the female mosquitoes need the blood meal to develop more eggs. But not all species of the female mosquitoes actually develop their first batch of eggs without the blood meal. Not all of them, but they need the blood meal to feed. How then do we now turn all these things against them and use that in our own favor to control them? I've talked about my experience in that facility. Ensure that the tires are punched if you are going to be working with a tire factory or something like that. But I made mention of 3 aquatic habitats where mosquitoes breed. One, I've talked about what attracts them. How can you use what attracts them against them? The carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide is what we emit, right, from ourselves. Then how do we now prevent them from coming closer to us? First, you are wearing long pants, long trousers to ensure that there is no bites, especially when you are working outside, either in the night, because they're always coming out in the night because they like dark, humid environment, dark, warm temperature, right? So they're always coming out in the night. Can you follow that line? Just follow the trend. Most of the things I've said now is what I'm using against them to create these control strategies now that we're going to be using as a pathway forward to controlling mosquitoes. Okay, that's why I said many mention of that point is that we pest control operators need to start looking at the fact of urban entomology. The first person that we brought on in the show tonight for the month of August talked about exclusively, in detail, talked about the aspect of ACE. How can you get how to become a certified associate certified entomologist, right? So it's really important we start looking at all those things. I mean, she said it takes a whole year for you to complete a course on that and stuff like that. So I would recommend that you also take a course on that, on urban entomology. Take a course. It's really going to help you. It's going to help you grow. Learn something. And the amazing thing is that you actually can even learn online. There are courses online. This is not an advert thing, but I just felt like I need to also put that also as an information to every single person out there. It's really going to help. Personally, this is what I'm also telling myself, right? That's going to help. It's going to help. It might just be a little bit costly, but even getting the books also goes a long way too. Getting the books like the IPM for urban entomology. We talked about it last week. I listed some of the books last week. We listed some of the books last week on the show. Also, if you can get the Handbook of Pest Control by Malice, is really going to help. If you want to, like I said, I said it in the last program last week that I'm planning to actually also get some of them into Nigeria. So if you're interested, you can reach out to me. Then we can see how we can ship in, so it's going to reduce the shipping cost, so stuff like that. So that would really help us. Okay. So I was talking about, before I diverted a little bit, I was talking about the 3 aquatic habitats of mosquitoes. Number 1, I talked about the permanent water, the flood water, and the containers. I kind of actually put them together as 3. Okay, I put them together as three major areas. What I talked about, for those who are just joining, what I talked about the permanent water is like the ponds where the stagnant water. Let me just say stagnant water. That's where they breed. Now, to control mosquito in a stagnant water, what do you need to do? Just clean. Ensure that the water is flowing. Just simple as that. So for those lucky guys, I have a video of those time I went out to inspect some of my technicians on the island, And I saw that stagnant water there, and the mosquitoes were breeding, the larvas were there, breeding like that. I was like, damn. All these people, what they just need is just to ensure that this water is flowing. That's all. If we look at it now, how is our drainage system in Africa or in Nigeria? Before we start to look at the aspect of sharing mosquito nets, I think the government needs to also look into our drainage system. Then we, the people, needs to critically look at our drainage system. This brings me into community engagement. When you're talking about the fact that the government needs to do this, what exactly is the community doing to help their own problem, to solve the problem? I don't know if people have experience with, customers with mosquito problem and they're not helping. All they just need to do is just clear the gutters, ensure that this water is flowing so that they don't have a place to breed. There's no how. If I spray the whole place with micro-encapsulated pesticides, the walls and everywhere, they will still come. Install the screens, ensure you don't open your door regularly, they will still find a way if the breeding source is still there. And it's important that we critically look into all these things and analyze, then communicate with our clients. Alright, I can see Ahuta Amisu right on the chat box. Okay, the cleaners pest coach Africa. Amobile. Amazing. Thank you very much for joining. I can also see Mr. Badmos Babatunde right on the show tonight at the chat box. So for those who are also listening on the radio, I have a couple of people listening to the radio directly. I can see you from the back end, right? So just go to the chat box and introduce yourself, or just sign in with your name. And I hope you're learning something. Drop in the chat box. If there's something contribute, let's talk. Let's have a chit chat. Let's talk about these things. It's a whole lot. Mosquito control is a different ball game entirely. Pest control operators literally run away from mosquito control because even while you are spraying, you see mosquitoes flying. And you're wondering, what do I want to do now? So there are a lot of things that we also need to critically analyze, critically look into, and say, the communication is much more important here in solving the problem. I talked about the drainage system. Then if you look at it, why are we still running open dump sites and this time and age? This is the word of Baba Shomoye. He said, in this time and age. I don't know if I can get that particular how he said it that day. The video, I have that video on my phone. If I can play it. Okay. So I can see a chat box from Mr. Babatunde Badmos. He said, SB, you can control damp mosquitoes without spraying chemicals. You just need to use the same environment. Perfect. We are saying the same thing. Amazing. I have someone that's connecting to me. Mr. Kennedy Olorunfemi, thank you very much for joining on the show tonight. You can control, that's exactly what I'm saying. You can control mosquitoes without spraying chemicals. Just use the environment against them. Amazing. So I've talked about the aquatic system. Now I'm looking at there's a message that I have from Baba Shomoye where he said, Shofu, I wish I can get this. It's on my phone. I'm going to search it out. I'm going to play it. I hope I can get it. He said I want you to fight against open dump sites, waste management. You see, if you don't have all these things correctly done, from that was the message is actually from last year's program, not this year's program, the conference program by Mr. D Fortune. That was when Baba Shomoye dropped that message. I would get it. I must get it. I must play it this night. I saw this thing recently. I'll look for it. So he was emphasizing on the fact that mosquito control, we need to actually stop the use of open dump sites. You see, I think we also need to, as professionals, we need to start to come together and start to question the government. Not even question or even make recommend. If question is not even the right word to say, but engage these people. Why are we looking at a prevention method when we have control measures that we can implement? Right? Why are we looking back when there is a major concern? What exactly is going on with the environment? Why are they breeding? Why are they still surviving? What are the things that we are doing wrong? We don't need mosquito net. Right? If the government can come up with a perfect policy, the policy against them. I'm actually searching for the message from Baba Shomwe. I need to get this. I purposely edited that out myself from the long video. Like I said, my first question for tonight, and I have an amazing gift from Amobile Group Academy and the A-Clean Pest store. Just giving out a free temperate insecticide tonight for the winner of the quiz. And the first question is, who discovered mosquito? Number one. And number two question is, if you can answer the two together, fantastic. If you answer only one, you win one gift. But if you answer two, you win two gifts. Right? Who discovered mosquitoes, and when was World Mosquito Day established? When was it established? You can drop it in the chat box at insideradio.net, or you can also call in the show directly, 090-178-27767, 090-178-27767. That's the phone lines to call directly into the show tonight, right? If you want to answer that particular question. All right. I wish I can get this particular message from Baba Shomwe. If not, then if I don't get it, probably I would drop it in the okay, I think I got. Oh wow! So I got some couple of messages already in the chat box. I will tell you said. In fact, I'm afraid of collecting mosquitoes project. I said it. A lot of pest control operators are running for pest control project. I mean, call in into the show. If you are going to win the show, I want to hear voices, not chat. But you can drop in the chat box too. We're just calling the show, right? So, how Amusi says, in fact, I'm afraid of collecting mosquito projects from clients living in a ghetto area where they can't comply. God bless you. Where they can't comply completely to those factors you listed, and you would hear them calling you within 2 weeks. 2 weeks is even far. 2 weeks is too far. I mean, 2 weeks is too far. The second day, they're already calling you back. 2 weeks, they're calling you back the second day. In fact, that moment, mosquitoes are still flying. A lot of people run away from mosquito jobs. I've run before. But when I discovered that there are some jobs that you can take, there are some jobs that you reject with your heart. There's some jobs that you just literally know that this person, no, they can't comply. You can't comply. So that's one of the big challenge, because communication is key. And if the moment the client is not ready to flow with you, then you are off. All right. So Mr. Kehinde Olorunfemi said that the Ronald Ross discovered mosquito. We have one answer. Amazing. Congratulations. You just won a gift tonight. Mr. Kehinde Olorunfemi. Please just call. I'm going to drop a number. Drop a message on this number and let us know how we can identify you properly. 090-178-27767. Like I said, if you answer the two questions correctly, which is, when was World Mosquito Day established, and who discovered mosquito? The two questions get temporary insecticide from Amobile A-Clean Pest store. And A-Clean Pest store is our major sponsor for the PestXperience Show, and also we have Pestshop.ng by D Fortune and Shofu B Solutions, right? Where we do digital marketing strategies and control measures to help you grow your brand, website design. Okay, so hi, I wish I can actually get this message from Baba Shumwe. Oh my God, oh my. Hopefully, I get it before the program ends tonight. Okay, so yes, like I said, Mr. Kehinde Olorunfemi, you just want a gift from us, please just drop a message on that number on WhatsApp, or you can call directly after. Call the number immediately after the program. Please, I'll be expecting you. And if you are not yet on the PestXperience community, you can also send a message to that same number 09017827767. So there was a particular message from the host of End Malaria Nigeria, where we had them last year. So he has a message that I want to also hear tonight, so we can also learn from that.
Nigeria records over 100 million cases annually. Nigeria, as of today, has 30% of childhood deaths from malaria. Nigeria records about 25% of under 1 year old child deaths, and also 11% maternal death rates, annually. And so such ratio should give us concern. It could even be more, because we live in a society where statistics are not being is not considered seriously, and also yes, and and also where cause of death is not scientifically ascertained. Most of the cause of death are attributed to spiritual issues and others. But when you carry out a scientific investigation, as to the cause of death, you find out that because when in our course of interaction with the primary health care, the central hospital of the places, the local government where we carried out our intervention.
You see, there's the reason why I played this is because there was a particular major point. Amazing. Smartwatch said, "Well done, brother. Greetings to our guest for today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much." The reason why I played this message from him is the fact that you can actually even watch the full program of the interview with me and Mr. PCO Francis Wakba, the convener of End Malaria Nigeria. You can watch the full interview. We did it about last year, so you can go to YouTube and watch the full interview. You see, he carried out a project with 500, I think about 300 pregnant women in Delta State. He carried out the treatment there. And okay. Now I'm seeing some messages that are coming. I'm gonna first complete my statement. So he carried out the treatment there, and he noticed some couple of things. Now, in every statistics that is actually even coming out from WHO African region, how are we sure that these are the exact figures? Because he made mention of a critical point, and he said that the cause of death is not even ascertained. There are a couple of people that have actually even died as a result of malaria, but it's not added into it. So how then are we sure that the statistics that we have today is correct? So it could actually even be more than that, even worse than that. In that kind of situation, we need to critically ascertain and look at how can we control these things before it becomes a major delicate issue to the global world. And now the theme of this year is accelerating the fight against malaria for an equitable world. How then do we do this? So Mr. Kehinde says that the control of mosquitoes involve consistent and proper sanitation, especially in an own indoor space. Fantastic point. But when it comes to an open space like gardens, amusement park, it is difficult. Good. In fact, I was going to talk about the feeding site and the breeding site before I diverted a little bit. Now, these major points that Mr. Kehinde just mentioned now, Mr. Kehinde Olorunfemi said, when it comes to gardens and the open space, it becomes really hard. But if you look at gardens are usually filled with flowers. I remember that male mosquito, even the female and the male mosquitoes, if you do your research, they actually feed on the nectars of plants to obtain sugar so that they can fly. So if we know that this kind of flowers, the natural flowers, are a major contributor to mosquito control. I mean to mosquito growth of mosquito rather. Then what do we need to do? Is it possible to replace those flowers with artificial flowers? One. Number two, is it possible that we have a routine check-in in that facility regularly? Probably have oh my goodness, amazing. Probably have a regular contract with a pest control operator that you usually come in. They do the gardening regularly. They cut down the bushy environment regularly. They ensure that the whole environment is properly cleaned and there is no stagnant water, right? So because even though when you have a garden and your stagnant water, there's no stagnant water, it's not going to be breeding new species. It should just be the ones that are coming in. And it might even be hard for them to even see most of them there if we take it up correctly. All right, so we have Mr. Sanusi Said. I think he also dropped me a message on WhatsApp already. I got a notification from him. Mr. Sanusi, you just won a temperate insecticide from the Amobile Clean Pest store. Amazing. So he said, what mosquito was established in 1897? Correct. And he said Ronald Ross. Sir Ronald Ross first discovered mosquito. Amazing. I've actually, for those who have been, listening to the program from the beginning, I actually even dropped out an expo, in fact, from the beginning. I dropped out an expo from the beginning. Like I said, personally, I'm going to be running out airtime giveaway tonight. Right, so I was still going to ask some few questions before we round up the show tonight. Okay, but thank you very much, Mr. Sanusi Said at gmail.com. Okay, gmail.com. Okay, good. Please just drop me a message. I would get to pass how you can get the gift from the Amobile Clean store. So please give a shout out to, when you get the gift from them, give a shout out to them and appreciate them. And every single person that's actually listening to me right now is an opportunity to get your public health. I use strictly public health pesticides, 100%. Strictly public health pesticides. So in that case, it helps me to know the kind of job that I go out for. Yeah. The quality of service that you want to deliver. It helps me in my negotiation process, 100%. So I would recommend that you go to the Amobile Clean Pest store. Go there right now. If you are trying to look at, okay, what are the products that they have? Go to www.acleanpeststore.com, acleanpeststore.com, and go there, buy products, order products. In fact, you can even get discounts. We say it's SB. Just use your code. Just go there. SB sent me here. You get discounts. Let me talk. If you don't get discounts, come back to me. No, I will now refer you back again. But definitely, thank you very much. Thank you. So thank you very much also to our major sponsors for tonight, A Clean Pest Store and the Pestshop.ng. Then the Shofu Solutions Limited, the website designers. All right. Okay, so like I said, I also have airtime giveaways to give out tonight. I have some couple of questions that I have. So one question which I've actually even talked about, that will be let me say, will that be my last question? Let me just talk about two questions. So if you still want to win, if you still want us to win some, drop out some few giveaways things, please just go to the chat box and just type in yeah. So I should continue. So I just ask my questions and then we have. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. So please, Mr. Kennedy, so please message me on WhatsApp, reach out to me on WhatsApp or 090178. I would, so just reach out to me on WhatsApp. I would get your gifts straight to you and let you know what exactly you want. Likely you want an airtime, apparently. So okay, so first, okay, so my question, one more question before we wrap. What question do I ask? What questions? Each larval growth of mosquitoes is called what? What is the larval growth when mosquitoes move from one stage to the another? Okay, Mr. Kennedy says yes, let's continue. Okay, so airtime. This airtime giveaway right now. Maybe one of these days before this week runs out, maybe my next program, I'm going to be giving out free websites websites that I designed cost 150k, 200, starting from 150, 200, like that. So I'm going to give it out a free website design for somebody, just one person, next week. So you don't want to miss out from this particular program, PestXperience Show. The giveaways will be running out. So mosquitoes move. The larva stage of mosquito moves from one stage to the other. What is that stage called? What is that stage called? As a pest control operator, these are things that you need to actually know. These are things that you have to be saying to your clients whenever they are talking to you. That say, yes, mosquitoes, I want to treat it from the larva stage before it moves to the pupa, before it moves to the adult, something like that. This guy knows his onions, man. This is what this guy knows his onions. That's why I say you know your onion, even though you don't know. Oh my goodness. So that's the question. So you can call into the show 090178 27767, or you can send me a WhatsApp message 090178. I've never checked my WhatsApp message. Let me see if we have some couple of messages. Or you can use the chat box at insideradio.net. And so they said we should continue the giveaway thing. All right. So what is that stage? The larva growth stage that they move from one stage to the other. What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Let me know in the chat box. So I'm waiting for your response. Right. Okay, so type of mosquitoes matter in mosquitoes control service. Amazing. Mr. Badmos Babatunde, I want you to shed more light on this. What do you mean by the type of mosquitoes matters in mosquito control service? Nice. I'm trying to analyze that. You're very, very correct. Very correct. But there are different perspectives to this. Now, because first thing first, if you're like I talked about the feeding and the breeding site, if you are looking at the breeding site where mosquitoes breed from, they breed from the waterlogged areas. They breed from the permanent waters, aquatic habitats, the flood water aquatic habitats, then the containers aquatic habitats. Those who have been listening from the beginning of the show understand what I mean by that, right? So they breed from those places. No, not their life cycle. Well, maybe a little bit of their life cycle, not their life cycle exactly. Let me see the life cycle, but because Mr. Kennedy, I think I understand your question. Mosquitoes move from. They have 4 different life cycles, right? The adults, the eggs, the larva, the pupa, and the adults, right? But when they are now metamorphosizing, moving from one, before they move into the pupa, they go through series of stages before they go through. I think that's metamorphosis, yeah. Because when they in bed bugs they call it the molting stage, from one stage to another, right? So that's their metamorphosis. So please, what exactly is the growth stage that they move in the larva? I'm concerned about the larva stage. So then Mr. Badmos Babatunde said the type of mosquitoes matters. Yes, so I was trying to analyze that and explain better on that. You're right. You're correct. Because when you're dealing with the breeding sites where, hey, Mr. Sanusi, Mr. Sanusi won't carry on my gift tonight like this. We ChatGPT work with this one like this. That is on ChatGPT. Isn't that? Because I'm seeing apostrophe from ChatGPT like this. Don't use GPT on me this night, so you don't use ChatGPT. Even Mr. Kennedy said they laugh. What the value GPT for me? I'm seeing the apostrophe from ChatGPT. Okay, but if it's not ChatGPT though, no sir, I actually studied. Oh wow, amazing. In fact, I was actually surprised. I met someone recently and the guy said he studied entomology from one college university in Ibadan here, and I was like, Jesus mio. Why? Okay, well, I went to one of the first and best university in Nigeria, University of Ibadan. So I mean, it was when I got to school I discovered. Well, don't let me blame myself here, but I would have actually loved to study that course, like in etymology in Nigeria. But I didn't know there's actually like pest management course in Nigeria. The only place I know that actually knows that there's pest management course is Unilag. That was even because Professor Kehinde Kemabunta, who is also a member of PECAN, is actually an entomologist, and she teach at University of Lagos. That was why I was actually like, okay, I think that's the only school that. But I don't know that FUNAB actually has pest management course. Amazing. All right, so Mr. Sanusi, you won another airtime gift. That's a 1K airtime. Now you have 1K airtime, and you also have a gift from Amobile cleanpeststore.com. Right, amazing. Okay, one person don't carry. Okay, so we also have Mr. Kehinde won an airtime for that particular. Just I didn't even say the two. I've won the two together. Well, that's good. We're still moving, so we have 2K. All right. Okay, so should I drop one more? One more question? I think this one is gonna be more of a call. In fact, it's going to be a compulsory thing that you have to call and explain why, explain how. Why should I give you? Okay. Oh, nice. I've seen the message from Baba Shomoye. Let me play that first before we go into. Let's take that as a Now, let's quickly just listen to this, like a short break, and I'll be back. Then I'll drop my question. Then we would take the question. Then we win another gift again.
The grubbers and the grabbers. And they are foolish. Because if you keep 1 billion naira, Shofu Babalola, I greet you. Fantastic boy. You are doing well. Mighty engine. I thank God for you. It is not the size of man that matters, but what he has in the intellect that we want to do. Look at this young man there. All of us, you know him. You will mechanical. Look at our drainages.
Okay, good. Now he's making the
Government
point.
supposed to declare a state of emergency.
Now listen.
Someone support him here.
Yeah,
There should be an emergency on drainage. The second one, Shofu, listen to me. That's why you are going to work on.
Yes, Daddy.
Emergency on waste management and drainage. We should declare emergency. It is very important. 3 years independence. You know the big rat? Chop once, boom. But the mice is very clever. Gradually, they will eat you and go. You don't. At times they play. When you are seeing them, you don't want to attack them because they are so small. And
So you see, the main reason why I actually played this first was to emphasize on the point. And that's exactly why, that's the point that he said. You need to call a state of emergency on our drainage system. Not just all these things that we're doing, that we're sharing mosquito net and sharing insecticides. No. Let's look at how can we treat from the source. All right, so welcome back. Not all mosquitoes beat the time and period. Not all mosquitoes bites the time and period. Mosquitoes bites. I don't really understand this, Mr. Badmos. Like I said, you can call in on the show directly, and let's drop in our comments. Let's share our ideas, and let's enjoy the show tonight. And again, if you're not yet on the Pest Experience community, hey, you are missing, and you are going to miss out a lot of things that is actually going to be coming out from Pest Experience community. There's a lot of things that I don't share out here on all the platform. I did pest. Wow, you did pest and crop protection in year 2 and year 1. Okay, that's amazing. So if you're not yet on the Pest Experience community, just send a message on 090178277767 and we'll add you to Pest Experience community. There's a lot that's coming up in September. And again, I want to also announce that we'll be having a virtual vendor showcase coming up in November. The first Sunday of October. You guys will be the first person I'm actually going to be announcing this to. and it's going to be happening. It's going to be happening. You'll be enjoying gifts, gift items, products at the very, very discounted prices, and quality products that will be coming in from different part of the world that will be shared. You know, you trust me now. Trust me, 100%. Trust me. Not just Nigerians, definitely different parts. India, UK, everybody, they're gonna come. Right. Okay. So, what would be my last question for tonight? Who's gonna win my time? Who's gonna win more money? This is gonna be a call. I want the person, whoever's going to answer this thing, must answer this question, must call. It's a must call. It's going to be like a question or a contribution thing. And lastly, I'm going to also announce a major event that's happening very soon, as you've heard already, but I'm going to emphasize that again. Okay. Period mosquitoes bite tells us the type of. Okay, Mr. Badmos, I feel you actually need to call and let's learn from this. You said the period mosquitoes bite tells you the type of mosquitoes. That's deep. We need to critically analyze that and say, okay, that's true. That's true. You see more of the female Anopheles mosquitoes out at night because they love the humid environment, warm environment, warm temperature, and dark spaces, and again demands that they feed on too. Okay, that matters a whole lot. Okay. What question do I want to ask now? How to load? Okay, so one question I'm going to ask now is, it has to do with the climate change. How does climate change impact mosquito control strategies? How does the climate change? The program ends by 8:30. So we have just few minutes, just about 10-20 minutes. You can call in on the show directly, 090-178-27767, 090-178-27767. How does climate change affect mosquito control strategies? Who is calling me? Okay, so we have a caller. Okay, let's go. All right, good evening. Okay. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Badmos online.
Mr. Badmos Wabatunde. Okay, I think you might need to actually like turn down the where you're listening from.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it.
Okay, because it's causing echo. All right. So, do you want to answer the question, or you want to emphasize?
You said I should emphasize on what
Yes, please.
Well, then I will open up a little and I will hide other things for other people to go and read and get more.
No, let's share. All right.
Let me talk about the four major mosquito types, and some bite in the daytime, some bite in the morning time and night alone, some bite in the morning alone. Then once you get to the area, communication with clients matter. When you say this mosquito, so they tell you, and you know the type of mosquito you are dealing with. So the type of mosquito you are dealing with now gives you, there's what we call IDR. A lot of mosquito people forget about it.
What do you mean by IVR? IGR. Okay, inside group regulators. Okay, I thought you said IVR.
Yeah. So the IGR is very expensive, but if the client can pay the money, he's going to enjoy his environment.
Amazing.
He's going to enjoy his environment.
Good.
So sometimes you change the tension of the water. If it's a water loam area, you change the tension of the water, and you are getting rid of the mosquitoes.
Fantastic. Then what's the use of larvicides in replacement to IGRs?
That's what I'm telling you. That sometimes you just change it. You don't need chemical. You don't need anything. You just change the temperature of the water. You tension the water. You can tension the water with what is it called? Caustic.
Okay.
Just get caustic. Mix it up. Just tension the water. And the alkaline just killed all the whole lavas.
Amazing. I hope somebody learned something there, because what you just said now is what people have to sit down and start doing research on. That's why I say you want to hide it. Like you can't hide on my show. Like
So when you are talking about the tire experience, I was just laughing all through that.
Yeah.
I've got from just like that. So it's a wire complaint. So the wire, you know how that big cable is.
Yeah.
They have the whole. So they were suffering of us. I just went there, just changed the temperature of the water.
Wow.
And I told them 2 days. So I know the first generation mosquito, the adults will die. I just pray for the adults. They die then. No other action.
Nice.
That's all.
Nice. But if you were in that kind of situation that I was, what would you recommend to the client with the tires?
Shofu.
Yeah.
1 million naira for me.
Let's learn. It's PestXperience, so let's share our experience. But I know it's not free though. You know.
Shofu, that's experience for you.
Yeah.
Just get detergent, hard oil, spray it, then you get over it.
Detergent. Then we add oil.
Yes.
Okay.
Your vegetable oil.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So if you are, what kind of method of spraying?
You broadcast.
Okay. Amazing. What about the ones the lavas?
Tire, the inside tire down. I don't know the height.
It's a whole lot. It's like an open field, like a football field.
Yeah, the inside will be dark.
Yes.
So once you do that, because if it's like a football field,
yes,
then you can fog, so that the other ones that are hidden will come out. Then everywhere there is tension of water, they will change it with the normal water. The whole thing will become tension. Then anyone that goes there to hash will not even be able to hash. Will just die inside because the soap will make them die inside.
Okay, got it.
You understand now?
Yeah, I understand.
And the water will not be good for them to drink or to sow anything. So as they are taking the water, they are taking in another chemical. So they are dying.
Nice. But at some point, they will still need to punch those tires to avoid breeding site. They'll still need to punch those tires.
The thing is, Shofu, that's where we make our money from. You tell them you are coming in every 2 weeks to do that. It will not take you anything. Let them pay.
They were not ready to pay. That's the problem.
Because the Jew will still come and give them water. But the only thing that you tell them is what I spray will not last you for more than 2 weeks or 3. So I must be here in 4 weeks.
Okay.
That's 1 month.
Yeah. Got it now.
So for my 1 million should enter. I'll send you other.
my sponsors did not give me 1 million to give away. Don't worry, you should sponsor the PestXperience.
I will.
Oh yeah, nah, thank you very much. I mean that's I hope people learn, because I actually even learned something different right now, and that's amazing. That's exactly why we are here, to learn from each other. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, sir. Okay, like you've heard already. So nobody's perfect. Everybody's in good learn. We learn every single day and every single time, right? And that's amazing. Alkaline, I'm definitely gonna check that out. Also, never tried that before. That would be a very good control measure. Thank you so much, Gisland. In fact, somebody, I think you see, somebody is just learning about that. You see. Okay, so we have another caller again. Hello, good evening. Oh shit. Okay, just a minute. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening.
Can you hear me, sir? Good evening.
Hello.
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 Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. I hope you can hear me. Hello. Good evening. This is okay, Mr. Kennedy. Amazing. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
So I'm calling to make comments
Okay.
on the effect of climate change.
Okay.
Mosquito strategy.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, I think I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay, I can hear you.
Yeah, so you can go ahead with the comment, sir.
All right. So, industrial activities that have taken place over the years, the elements of climate change are the greenhouse gases,
Yeah.
carbon dioxide, CO2, methane, and fluorocarbons, which are all we all have their sources in our environment. CO2 from the combustion of fossil fuel, cars on the streets, we have them everywhere. So there's been an increase in the release of all of these greenhouse gases. And even in our home, regular AC outdoor units also release fluorocarbons. And these fluorocarbons also contribute alongside other greenhouse gases. You mentioned from that the Shofu's message
Yes.
on controlling mosquito from the an idea that open dump sites or landfills should be banned and other things. And these landfills are technical disposals of methane as a result of the integrated waste that is being combined in our Nigerian system. So the likely gases you will get from landfills that contribute to climate change is methane gas. So all of these, from the factories, petrochemical industries, they all contribute to greenhouse gases, which on the long run have this climate change. And in terms of climate change, we are experiencing high temperature.
Yeah.
Because of the depletion of ozone layer and all of that.
Amazing.
So when there is increase in the temperature of the atmosphere and also on the earth, it also hits the production and the breeding of mosquitoes.
Nice.
Yeah, they grow in a warm environment. So any strategy that we basically look at mosquito control should be also take cognizance of reducing factors that contribute to global warming. I don't know if I'm making that very clear.
Fantastic.
Factors that contribute to global warming eventually aid the production and the lifespan of mosquitoes. It will not reduce them, it will not increase their production because global warming itself is creating a conducive environment for mosquitoes to breed. So it's like a counter strategy. The pest controllers, the entomologists, the pest management officers are trying to fight mosquitoes, and there is another industry that is contributing to global warming. So I think in the whole environmental space, you see a lot that is done. When the location fix is no challenge to reduce the effect of all of these gases that contribute to global warming, it will also indirectly help the pest control officers to have effective control over these pests. So that is just my little contribution to the show.
Fantastic point. Thank you very, very much. In fact, you just broke down this major aspect of the whole conversation on climate change. I would have loved to even talk about it, but you have laid so many emphasis on it and how they. In fact, this is. In fact, I'm giving you a time for that. For you to even come here, you don't want it. You don't want a time like that. So we're sending you 2K airtime tonight. I already have your number. Is this number your correct number? All right, I'm going to call you immediately after the program now.
Okay,
all right, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your time. All right. Tonight, in fact, it just feel like I should not even go because it has been a really, really amazing. I mean, I've been learning and unlearning and relearning. It laid so many emphasis on the factors that affect our climate. The climate actions, all those things matters a whole lot, causing temperature to increase and causes the rainfall, the ozone layer depletion, and all those kind of things attract mosquitoes. So we would urge all our persons, all our activities. The major thing is that the Mother Earth, which is actually nature, right, came with peace, but eventually we as human beings are the ones that are causing the major problems that we are experiencing today, and it's a collective effort that we can actually solve the problem again to ourselves. Look at our drainage system. The government is not the one disposing waste into the drainage system. We are the one doing all those things by ourselves, right? So even though the government solve all these things, we will still go back there again and dump waste again. So this leads me into community involvement, and there's so many things that needs to actually talked about mosquito control as professionals, as a team, as in your organization, stuff like that. But I'm going to leave these further conversations till Tuesday, which is going to be the World Mosquito Day, where Pekan is going to be having. If you want to hear more about what I played about Babashomoye, the message from Babashomoye, come to the lecture. If you're a Pekan member, in fact, there are just limited seats available. If you go there on the website, if there's even seats on the website available, please go there and grab a seat. Go to Pekan.ng, the event, sign up, register. When you register, you get an email notification that your seat has been booked, and it's going to be amazing. Pekan is going digital right now, so I would implore you guys to please be at the events to learn about these things. Be attentive. I'll be there. I'm going to be taking interviews. I'm going to be also taking news reports and stuff like that. Amazing things on Tuesday. I'll be there personally. Let's have a proper discussion. Let's talk together. Let's come around. Let's talk about these things. Let's talk about control measures that we can actually sort to accelerate our process. We are still far behind. We need to move forward. We need to go forward. We need to push harder. How do we educate our clients? How do we educate the people? How do we ensure that every single person out there contributes to the growth of mosquito control? Thank you very, very much. I mean, it's been a pleasure to actually learn from every single person. From Mr. Badmus Babatunde, Sanusi Said. Thank you for winning the gifts and the airtime. Amazing. Auta Amisu, thank you too. Thank you to our major sponsors. This program is proudly sponsored by the Amobile Group Academy and the Acre Pest Store. I beg. Now beg me, I beg you now. I'm not the shako, right? I also have some free courses, or maybe next week would share that out. Some free courses from Amobile Group Academy. Go to A Clean Pest Store, buy a product from A Clean Pest Store. I'm telling you, go there with a discount and say SB sent me here. I'm going to win a discount, say 100%. So thank you very much for participating, for contributions, Mr. Badmus Babatunde, Mr. Kennedy Olorufemi. Thank you very much. Like I said again, if you're not yet a member of the PestXperience community, send us a WhatsApp message 090178277767. And if you want to even listen to this program again, we'll be uploading this program right on Spotify, on all the social media, all the audio listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and so many other ones like that. So I'm going to share the link immediately after the program. Thank you very much for joining. My name remains Shofu Babalola Theophilos SB. Why did I even start emphasizing my Theophilos? It's Theophilos SB for short. You know how we do it. You know why we do it. This is inside. Okay, somebody just messaged me. I'd like to join the PestXperience community. All right, your program is interesting and insightful. Thank you very much. I appreciate that's like a boost. At some point, those things are important. See, just need somebody to tell you that you're doing very well, and definitely the energy is boosted to go ahead and to do more. All right, so next week we'll be having a guest on the show. I'm not gonna tell you the guest on the program. Just wait for it. Definitely, you don't want to miss out. Thank you very much for you guys for joining. You know how we do it: same time, same station, same platform. You know how we do it: same station, same platform, same website, insideradio.net. All you just need to do is log in to www.insideradio.net, and you will be here, right here, to enjoy the amazing updates that will be coming up from Inside Radio and the PestXperience Show. My name is Shofu Babalola, SB for short. Good night.